Hey guys, welcome back to Etheria Restart. In today's video, we're doing a bit of a PSA video. We are coming towards the end of the week. Asia might already be there, so I apologize. But if you're already past the daily reset or the weekly reset when you're looking at this, this is just a good video for the checklist of everything you want to get done at the end of the week. I normally look at this stuff at the start of the weekend and start thinking about what I need to do before the weekend is over to go ahead and get all the rewards that I need. I'm also going to go through what I have been buying from all of the shops so you guys know where I'm at with that. So let's jump over, and first things first, obviously, I feel like this week everyone's done their weeklies. If you start playing a bit more casually after like the launch hype, then you definitely want to check and make sure you've done your weeklies, get all those goodies out of there. That's pretty self-explanatory. The next one we're going to jump into is the arena, because there is three forms of arena. Now, the first one is the Ether arena. Now, with this one, make sure you check the time, because you can see weekly settlement is before the actual weekly reset. So the settlement happens before the daily reset. So you definitely want to be on top of that. At the time of recording this, it's about 5 hours until it on a global servers. So you definitely want to make sure you're on top of this and getting everything done. So do your attacks on that final day before time runs out. You see, I've got to do mine. If you're buying attacks, go ahead and buy them. Now, the shop will also be resetting. So you can see shop resets in 8 hours and 52 minutes. So for me, my priority was always going to be the perfect lattice from this. It's just too valuable. Just take note, as free to play, if you are not buying arena attacks, you may struggle to get as many points next week. And this is something else you have to check. Even though the shop resets, if we go to the rewards, the rank up rewards do not reset. They've got 7 days and 4 hours left. So they're a week after. So you can't rely on getting those extra ones in there, but you will be able to get your weekly challenge rewards on top. Just something to think about, those extra rank up rewards will not be available to you every reset. So just keep that in mind. So my priority in the shop is going to be that perfect lattice, and then go ahead and get the evolution lattice. I'm going to pick that up, and then I'm just going to save the rest for the week after, and then just try and get myself that perfect lattice, evolution lattice again. If you're someone buying extra attacks and stuff like that, then you can definitely look to the shadow prints and the prototypes, and that's kind of where I lay. Maybe Giga Whales actually eventually look to Etheria coin and training data. I'm not too sure on the Mega Whale side of things, how their income goes with what they can buy. But if you're buying absolutely every refresh and you buy those things out, like, you can look to those types of things. But once again, I'm not too sure on the Mega Whale income at this stage. So apologies on that one. But definitely the lattice is your top priority from this shop. Now, the other thing is, if we go over to those rewards, because those rank up rewards do reset, just make sure if you're on the second week, so obviously we're not resetting now, but on the second week, let's just say the rank up rewards are resetting this week, and I'm sitting in gold 3. If I had to use like maybe 30, 60 gems to buy tickets to go up to that next rank up reward, I would. Now this week, I wouldn't do that because obviously the rank up rewards aren't resetting, but just take that into account. If rank up rewards are resetting and you can use a few gems to push up and get some extra rewards, especially later on when you're looking at higher ranks, and say you're looking at pushing up from maybe from diamond to master or from platinum to diamond, you know, those are pretty big rewards with the lattice or the shadow print, especially if you're looking to get into mythic. So getting any of those rewards is going to be massive for your rank up. So spending some gems to get there, I think, is definitely worth it before the reset happens. So take that into account. Moving on from that, we have the next arena, which is the summit arena. Now, the summit arena, get in here and do some attacks. Now, for me at the moment, it absolutely sucks. Free to play Summit Arena, when I'm trying to focus on PvE progression, it sucks. I'm struggling in here as well, but you definitely want to get in and do as much as you can. As you can see, I'm only at 8 and 2. I've only just started, but at the end of every battle, you get points. You get 10 points for a loss and you get 100 points for a win. Now, you can get up to 20 wins, so 2,000 points weekly from competing in this. Now, it doesn't say weekly reset, but off the beta, I'm 90% sure it was weekly reset. So jump in, do your attacks if you want to. If you really don't care, don't worry. But once again, getting those extra points in the shop is going to be really nice. Once again, my priority in this shop is going to be the perfect lattice, but you don't have to stress about buying out the shop at the moment, because you can see the shop does have 15 days left. It's just more those weekly point resets, which I'm pretty sure are on the weekly reset. Once again, we haven't gone through a global reset to test it, but I'm pretty sure it is. So you want to go in and get your attacks done now. As for the other one that we have, which is the Fearless Arena, definitely jump in here at minimum. So I just autoed through 3 battles when I was on stream and just lost 3 battles to go ahead and get the stamina refill. But if you can go ahead and properly compete in this and get all these extra summons and extra rewards, definitely do so. Go ahead and see if you can get some rewards, because once again, this resets weekly. If you look at this, the weekly challenge quest, so this is only open on the weekends as well, so definitely jump in here. Maybe you can like group up with some people and time queue, like to queue at the exact same time, and hopefully you pair up and then you can maybe win trade for it. Just getting rewards, man. I feel like if you get a group of 8 people and you queue at the same time, maybe 5 of you land together, and maybe you can win trade if you're really struggling, something like that. I don't see an issue with that in the Fearless Arena, because it's just a bit of a fun mode, and hey, who doesn't want to get their rewards if they're struggling? And that is it for the arena. Now, the other one that we do have is over in the guild shop. If I can find the Union, there it is. So Union Shop is another one that will be resetting. You can see it's got 8 hours and 47 minutes at the time of recording this. My 2 priorities were getting the Perfect Lattice Fragments and the Red Shadow Print. Now, after moving forward, I may move my priority from the Red Shadow Print over to the Evolution Lattice. It was just, you know, early on getting your first couple 6 stars is really valuable. So that's why I went ahead and picked up the Red Shadow Print. But now I might shift my priorities next week to getting the Perfect Lattice and then the Evolution Lattice. That's kind of where I'm shifting my priorities to. But up to you on that one. Like I said, in the early game, especially as free to play, getting those couple 6 stars can really help you like just push a little bit further. So that's why I prioritize that. But either option is perfectly fine. But number one option, I feel like anywhere in the game where there is Perfect Lattice, that's just something that's so finite, and you're going to have so many that you can build, so many characters that you can build with these things. So I think those are going to be the absolute top value thing to go ahead and buy from most of the shops anyway. Besides that pretty much sums it up. We do have the Summon Shop, but that's got another week left. Summon Shop, once again, I just buy the Perfect Lattice. That is my go-to. If you're a Leon main, you can save up for those, but I think that's more of a whaley thing, because free-to-play ain't going to get enough summons to get multiple of the Leon dupes, so it is what it is there. But I just think for everyone, if you can just save up in this shop until you get the Perfect Lattice, that would be my go-to, and then I am just going to endlessly save these points until I hit 3,000. It might be 2 months before I hit 3,000 points again, but once I do, the Perfect Lattice is what I'm going to grab. So Perfect Lattice is just my priority over there. So that pretty much covers everything that we have coming up to it. Once again, do all your standard stuff like your attacks in the guild boss and stuff like that. And that should pretty much get you there. And then obviously your normal daily stuff. If you're refreshing stamina, dude, I'm getting close to cap. Make sure you're doing all of your stamina as well. As for the other modes, we don't have their resets coming in too soon. So you can see the Ember Trek. Most people have just unlocked this. So it's still got 22 days. You're not too stressed on that, but just keep a track of these non-linear resets as well. And then obviously keep doing your daily things like your Phantom Theater and also your events. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. Let me know if there's anything else I missed that you guys think should be on your weekly / daily / monthly, whatever it is, checklist. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.